You're listening to KYST 89.3, The Bone. The Bone. And now time for South Tucson Youth Football, simulcast on AM 1400, The Growler, and on South Tucson Local Access Channel 22.
Oh, man.
Hello everybody, it is South Tucson Youth Football here on KYST, giving you our second of two on this doubleheader. It is Child Services Conference action here on Sunday, week 6. If you saw our previous video, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're here joining us live, you saw that we had Ted's Baby Clothes Emporium come from behind to preserve their undefeated season. They go to 6-0 with a 21-20 final score over Shifty Lou's Arcade. You're looking at our next game, our number one team in all of South Tucson, Moist Adventures Indoor Water Park. 5-0, undefeated so far, and they got the number one ranking in all of South Tucson. They take on 2-3, but undefeated in conference play. You need a clown. So you need a clown riding a 2-game winning streak. Big wins over CTE and Hootenannies last week. That was a big win for them, Hootenannies. And but they are facing a very tough task in Moist Adventures. So let's go ahead and get right to it. Let's go right to Star Watch, brought to you by Florida Georgia Lime, because there is only one beverage you need when the moon comes up and the sun goes down, and you find a little spot on the edge of town. Twist off, sip a little, pass it around. It's Florida Georgia Lime, the choice beverage for douches in cowboy hats and who like to sing about mild sexual harassment. All right, let's start off with our undefeated team and the players that get them to this 5-0 record so far. That is their star quarterback, Spencer Gifts. Their tight end, Whole Lotta Love. And cornerback, defensive back, Lazarus. On the other side of that football is former South Tucson Youth Football champions. You Need a Clown, our first ever champions in South Tucson Youth Football. And when you talk about them, you got to talk about 38 Special Harrison, the middle linebacker there. And the other two players did not make it for picture day. That is tight end Delford John Bovine and their star wide receiver, fucking Lou Rawls. So let's go ahead. You let us know if you got a pick. Again, Moist Adventures, pretty strong favorite in this one by at least a touchdown, according to the odds makers, which are basically just the old people in the crowd who shout and take bets. But Moist Adventures, they are really excited. The crowds have been bigger and bigger every game. And they are going to be, they are out in force with their signs. You know, the best, my favorite signs are the people who have the logo, the two legs, but they also fashion it up to be like the touchdown signal, which is always really cute. And they spared no detail on what's in between the legs as far as the art, which, you know, I mean, hey, you know, you have fun making your signs. But, you know, you do what you do. I love the sign that says, they can't beat us, but they seem like they spelled can't wrong. They used a U, which is weird. You know, I guess an honest mistake on a typo. And, of course, just the all the fans who take off their shirts and they have a letter on each of their shirts that just says sploosh. Oh god, just the sploosh. And of course my favorite sign, the one that says the Warriors blew a 3-1 lead. So let's go down to the Muni and get things started for our second game. You are looking live at Municipal Field number 28 in downtown South Tucson for the second half of our doubleheader here on Sunday. It is the #1 team in all of South Tucson, Moist Adventures Indoor Water Park. in their home uniforms of orange jerseys, light blue pants, and orange helmets. Kicking off left to right to the away team, You Need a Clown, former South Tucson Youth Football champions in the yellow pants and white helmets and jerseys. Martin McQueen, friends call him Moon Goose, with a 17-yard return for You Need a Clown. And You Need a Clown. It's going to be Morris Romero hanging on to that one. Nothing doing. Alan Kidd with the tackle. Stupid Ventura Highway now in my head. Somehow, even when I don't even hear it, it's in my head now. Oh, no. Romero, a lot of time to throw. He's going to air it out. Oh, batted out of the air by Lazarus. By the way, the Diddler Cup is coming to a close for their first season. 3 races to go. Not sure when the next race is going to be, but we are going to be having some figure-8 track racing on our next course. So whenever that's going to be, you don't want to miss it. It's going to be something to behold. I want to make sure Caveman can join me for that one as well as RJ. So, because we had so much fun with the first figure-8 track, this one's bound to be just a disaster in the making. And then we'll only have 2 more races after that until we crown our first ever Diddler Cup champion. Currently in the lead in the points, Paul Alcohol in the number 35, Bathhouse Jim's Bathtub Gin. What's that, a Ford Pinto? Ford Pinto, yes, he's driving the Ford.
That makes it 2nd and 2.
Ventura Highway. Baker Street is one of the exits off the Ventura Highway. And 2nd and 2, and a flag on the play. We'll have to see. That looks like it's going to be a face mask. Everybody take a drink. That's a face mask. So that's going to give You Need a Clown a fresh set of downs and 15 yards. Face mask is the sexiest penalty. I don't know. No, illegal touching is the sexiest penalty. Let's be honest here. I only see that one on like onside kicks. Oh, God. Anyway, You Need a Clown. 2nd and 2. Just knocking on the door of the red zone. And they're going to get the first down, but there's also a flag.
Personal foul.
Another face mask.
Defense. Still first down.
So 1st and goal. Romero going to tuck his head down and run. Takes a bit cut. Touchdown to the Clowns. Moving on to some freshly squeezed cerebrospinal fluid. Nice. It's tasty. A little tangy for my liking, but you know, it takes different strokes to move the world. Extra point is good, and on the opening drive, You Need a Clown. Take a minute 49 off the clock and score a touchdown to put them in the lead against the number 1 team in all of South Tucson, Moist Adventures. 18 yards for Lazarus on the return, and they're going to take the field for the first time is Spencer Gifts and that Moist Adventures offense, that Moist offense. Moist Avengers taking the drop back. Nice catch made by J.D. Holden. Holden onto the ball. 16-yard catch and a first down. And that is the danger that You Need a Clown got to watch for. Moist Adventures are very easy, which is... I'm drinking coffee, which isn't gross, so I paid a hobo to stir it with his finger. I appreciate your commitment to the bit, Ghost of Ghost Dad. That was wonderful. That made me really happy. I completely caught off guard by that one. Oh crap! You know what? I didn't even come up with the son of a gun. I realized that I didn't mention that it's rivalry week and we're playing for a trophy. I forgot to mention the trophy in the first game was Ted Baby Clothes Emporium and Shifty Lou's Arcade. We're playing for the bag of strawberry hard candy that's wrapped to look like real strawberries. That's the bag of strawberry hard candy with the wrapper that makes it look like real strawberries. And of course, Moist Adventures versus You Need a Clown. I gotta come up with one here too. Alright. I'll come up with something. They're playing for a rivalry trophy. The Hep C twist, damn it. Ah, I've heard Coke to Hep C. They're playing for the Souvenir Cup of Embalming Fluid. The Souvenir Cup of Embalming Fluid. And that is Moist Adventures versus You Need a Clown. That well-known rivalry, that well-heated, well-stated rivalry between You Need a Clown and Moist Adventures. In fact, they've only played once before because Moist Adventures, in fact, I'm not even sure if they did. Moist Adventures were only in their second season. They were not in the very first season of South Tucson. Let's see. Did they play each other? They did not. So this is the first time we're awarding this trophy. So there you have it. There you have it. And 1st and 10 for Moist on the 41-yard line. You know what it is now? The Last Action Hero, the Burger King exclusive. Last Action Hero Souvenir Cup filled with embalming fluid. There you go. The more details, the better. Love it. Oh, and Moist Adventures with a first down. They are moving the football downfield very nicely. I gotta double check and make sure I didn't put everything up on YouTube that I was supposed to. By the way, for those of you, there's a lot of people watching, and thank you so much for coming out and checking us out. Oh, you know what? I didn't. Oh, no, I did. Okay, this is actually literally today's that's recording. Thank y'all for coming out and checking us out. There's a lot of people watching. I want to do more, like, afternoon stuff, because I know there's people who maybe are across the pond. And it's just a matter of scheduling. Oh, nice! Quick pass to Thad Wynn for 9 yards and a first down. Moist Adventures really changing it up. I'm going to hit affiliate. What? I don't know what that means. Does it just happen, or do I have to accept something? I don't know what that means. I'm always happy. I don't doubt that like a lot of the reason I've got so many viewers is because I know New Legacy is currently hosting us, which again, super appreciative of that. That's awesome. That makes me so happy, and I thank them. I thank them every time I can. Yeah. Go ahead and link it in the Discord. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and put a link to the Discord in the Twitch chat in case anyone doesn't have it. And a touchdown for Moist Adventures. They are tying this up just at the start of the second quarter. By the way, between quarters, we had a lovely contest. It was the birth canal relay. It's where they basically, it's like people had to, two contestants, two teams of two. One dressed like a sperm, and the other dressed like a baby. Basically the sperm had to basically walk down, hurry down like a slippy slide with like foamy soap, so it's all slippery and stuff, and make their way through a little like tunnel that was really tight, looking kind of like lady parts, and then tag their partner who was dressed like a baby, who then had to burst their way through. And the first team to do that got season passes to for next summer at Moist Adventures Indoor Water Park. So really excited to see that. Tied at 7 in this game. And you need to clown the away team, the underdogs in this game. Looks like they're going to rush for a first down. That is Lucas Wood for 10 yards. Gets out of bounds on that one. 4:07 to go in the first half. But Moist Adventures, the #1 team in all of South Tucson, putting that unbeaten season on the line halfway through. They're 5-0. They want to make it 6-0 because they already know that's fucking Lou Rawls with a 6-yard catch. Fucking Lou Rawls. Hi, Will.
It is fucking Lou Rawls.
Fucking Lou Rawls. I think if anyone's wondering where that name came from, I think I can't remember if it was actually Lou Rawls, but there was some like college basketball player whose first name was Lou Rawls. Got it, Namperpuss, thank you. And Will has joined me again. We've progressed beyond old person candy, but we've had quite a good game. You missed the end of a great game. Ted's Baby Clothes Emporium were down 20-14, scored a touchdown with 32 seconds to go, and then held off Shifty Lou's to win the game, stay undefeated, and win the trophy, which was the bag of strawberry hard candy with the wrapper that makes it look like real strawberries.
That's a good hard candy.
It is a good hard candy.
I like that hard candy.
And of course, thanks to Ghost of Ghost Dad for the details on this one. Morris Romero gets 3 yards on that one, 2nd and goal.
What are the bad hard candies?
We'll get that in a second. But they are playing for the Burger King exclusive Last Action Hero Souvenir Cup filled with embalming fluid. It takes a twist at the end. Romero stopped at the line, gets 2 yards, 3rd and goal. What are the bad hard candies? That's a good question.
I'm actually going to look up and see if you could get a Last Action Hero Burger King.
Check the Twitter, because Ghost of Ghost Dad just posted the Last Action Hero cups that my dad and stepmom still have in their cupboard. I would have used that phrasing immediately if I didn't already say what it was. I got to see what this looks like now. Oh, those are great. I love the middle one especially because it looks like it was a video game. Oh my god, so great. Like, if you don't know what that was, if you had no idea what that was, you would have thought it would have been like just some random, like video game capture.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. These are some pretty decent cups.
I don't know what lenticular sleeves on them are. But you need a clown, kick the field goal, and they're up 10-7 with 2:18 to go in the first half of this game.
You can get, I could get right now for 15 hard-earned buckaroos. the Who Framed Roger Rabbit and Last Action Hero Cup in used vintage condition.
Used? Ew, I hope washed. I don't need to be. It doesn't need to be proven to me that it's been used. Like, I hope someone washes it.
Hold on. Let me finish, because I figured that was self-explanatory, but I guess not. In used vintage condition, have been washed several times over. Some discoloration and fading. Well, I mean, you know.
As long as the fading is what the discoloration is, and not like discolored because you've like filled it with like gross beverages.
It's just faded.
Okay, I hope so.
It's the picture. Let me see if I can.
Like, you don't need to like. I'm assuming it was used. You don't need to like specify used because it's gonna make me just question. Big sack, 2nd and 18. Moist Adventures going backwards here. Oh, yep. I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay.
Number 4 comes in at quarterback. Bradshaw was the intended receiver on the play. 4th down.
Are those circus peanuts hard candy?
No, they are not. They're chewy, aren't they?
I think they're chewy. I've never bothered to have those.
I couldn't tell you. There aren't that many bad hard candies. I will defer to Candace. The kind of hard candy you don't want is the Ellen Page starring film. Good point.
I have no idea what that is.
It's a movie called Hard Candy, and apparently it was terrible.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a shame.
Yep.
It's just a shame. Not a huge Jolly Rancher guy.
It depends.
Hit or miss.
I feel like they're too sweet and the flavor's too strong.
Yes, it's like. Okay, I will say this: it's like a Warhead without the novelty.
Right.
Like with a Warhead, at least I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get the just most unpleasurably sour experience in my lifetime. That's what I paid for. That's what they advertised. That's what I'm getting. It's got jolly in the name. It's like supposed to be happy. Well, instead it's just like this. It's extraordinarily hard and extraordinarily vivid.
Okay, I've been corrected that it's not necessarily a terrible movie, Hard Candy. It's just a fate most dudes wouldn't want to befall them. Fair enough.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it either, so I was told some fucked up shit goes down. So there you go. Speaking of some fucked up shit going down, these are kids who have been overfed on Thanksgiving, throwing themselves into one another for the sake of sport, and their screaming parents. Big stop there. Lucas Wood only going 4. 3rd and 6 with 1:07 to go and counting left in the first half. Bad hard candies. What's not a bad hard candy is the Counting Crows album, Hard Candy. That's a good album.
Well, let's first preface this a bit. It actually, in general, is hard to have bad candy.
I mean, there's things that you just don't like because you don't like certain flavors. That's like I'm not gonna say that Almond Joys and Mounds are a bad candy just because I don't like processed coconut.
Exactly.
Like that's a strong take to say they're bad, even though I think they are.
It's very hard to have bad candy when candy's general purpose is to
It's flavored sugar.
It's flavored sugar. It's hard to fuck that up. It's hard to make that an unpleasurable experience for a lot of people. But hard candy, I think, is a pretty solid genre of candy. It's hard to screw that up too.
I will say, here you go. This might be controversial. The Tootsie Pop.
As like you don't like it?
I feel like it's begging me to bite into it, and I'm terrified I'm going to crack my teeth on it.
That's true. It's kind of...
It's asking you to bite into it, and that is not what you should do. It's asking for patience. It's giving you sugar and saying, just wait a second. And that's a mixed signal for me.
Like, I'm going to go on a limb and say that, like, you know, Sugar Daddies and Milk Duds, those are like,
Milk Duds, I'm terrified about the pulling out my teeth thing again, but I love
Yes.
them.
Personal foul.
Sugar daddies are very similar in that regard.
Oh, roughing the passer call, so it's going to be a 1st and 10 on the 47 for Moist Adventures. With 2 seconds to go, they got one more shot at the end zone before we go to the half and
I guess
pay a
it's
bill.
like the heroin of candy.
Which
Everybody knows when they purchase a milk dud or a sugar daddy that it's going to be a bad experience.
I believe
It's
you on Sugar Daddy. I have
not
no idea what they
good
are.
for you. The goal of the after effects of ingesting it is going to be terrible, but the allure of the caramel and chocolate, respectively, are just too much to resist.
All right, we're gonna continue this after the break, but it is now time for our sponsor spotlight. The score at the half: Moist Adventure 7, You Need a Clown 10, and we are about to see an upset if the score holds. But first, we got to thank one of the many sponsors around the town of South Tucson who have helped make South Tucson youth football possible. And one of them today is, and the only rule is they can't be one of the teams playing because they're already getting enough exposures. Crossbow of the Month Club. You know, it is going to be the holiday season, and you always wonder, you always have that one person who you just can't figure out what to buy. They're just so... What do you get for the person who has everything, including a crossbow? More crossbows. So you sign them up for Crossbow of the Month Club. And what they will do is you can sign up for a 3-month, a 6-month, a 12-month, or the Gigundo 48-month membership. It's literally called the Gigundo. And they will receive, delivered to their door, a crossbow, a different crossbow, every month. It really is the gift that keeps on giving. It's.
I've got the stinger. Just throw me the stinger.
Okay, I'll close it up in a second. I'll send it over to you for that one. I mean, you know, I've been gifted a subscription to this Crossbow of the Month Club on 2 different occasions, and I gotta tell you, these crossbows, I just kind of hang them around because I don't know the legalities of it in this Commonwealth of Virginia, so I'm kind of afraid to use them. But I've got them if I want them. And you know, what better way to tell your mother or a grandparent that you love them and you care for their safety than by providing them with a multitude of crossbows? I mean, it's really a thoughtful gift. It's a clever gift. It's creative, and it's really a way you can surprise. What better way to surprise someone you love than to have them close their eyes, open up, and see a crossbow pointed right at their face? That's Crossbow of the Month Club. Will?
Crossbow of the Month Club. It's the gift that kills the whole year round.
I like it. I like it. That's always a good one. That's always a fun and easy one to do. I love the Crossbow of the Month Club. It's just such an absurd concept. Marty Mason, Lossa 1, and Moist Adventures coming off.
I'd be more excited about that than the Jelly of the Month Club.
I would be ecstatic if someone...
hold on. If it were in lieu of a bonus check. I feel like I get a lot of resale value out of the Crossbow of the Month Club.
I feel like the Crossbow of the Month Club membership is a solid gift for whoever. And that punt is going to go way back, and it's going to be... Oh, God! Martin McQueen just got flattened! Holy hell, that kid's got to have internal bleeding. What a hit!
Oh, God!
That was a pounce period.
I think he laid it on his head.
Crossbow of the Month Club shooting for a good old time. I just love the absurdity of signing up someone and having a crossbow delivered to them for 12 straight months. Like, that's just, I was trying to think of, like, what would be the most absurd gift to do an of the month club for?
Rodriguez with the tackle. That's a gain of 30 on the play. That makes it first.
They say crossbows are archery for the week, but here it's archery for the month, year, and beyond. Oh god. Okay, so we're back on candy. I know they're gimmicks, but I feel like the delivery method of things like ring pops and push pops are useless. I feel like they're just a mess. They're hard to maneuver. I don't want to have to like suck on a ring. I don't want to have my fist up to my mouth like I'm always concerned about something just to have candy.
Were you ever a big taffy guy growing up in New Jersey?
I don't like saltwater taffy that much. Actually, and this is my girlfriend hears this in the other room. She's gonna be so happy to hear this. She likes taffy from a specific place called Shriver's in Ocean City, New Jersey. And that is not the beach town I grew up going to. I went to Wildwood, and she went to Ocean City growing up. So when I went there for the first time, she was like, no, you gotta try the taffy. And she let me try a piece, and it was really good. I usually don't like taffy, but it was pretty good. And I still don't like taffy that much, but it was probably the best taffy I've had, despite not really liking it. So we went around, we bought I bought like a small bag of like 10 different flavors to try them out. And the ones that I liked were good. So like, but I'm not a big saltwater taffy person. I'm really not.
Yeah, my memories of being a kid and getting candy at the beach wasn't it's different. Like we had a store.
Oh yeah, no, me too actually. But go ahead.
But it wasn't like it sold any like particular candy. It just had the most like eclectic like collection of like candy retailers that I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, so it wasn't like the scoop and pay by the pound.
This is like back in the day, and you get like weird stuff. Like
sure.
They had Jolt.
Back in the day of like 1996.
Yes, they had Jolt. They had the candy cigarettes.
Oh, those are great. You can get those at It's Ugar now.
Yeah, that was one of those candy stores. Where it was actually part of a grocery store, but the candy selection was just exquisite.
Right.
And like you could also get like the gum cigars.
Okay. Those were
gum?
I had no idea those were gum.
I think that's what they were. I don't know why. It just had the most tobacco-related candy selection I've ever seen.
Anyone ever eat one of those baseball-sized jawbreakers and not destroy it to do it? I'd love to see someone try to do it. I mean, it's in the name, Jawbreaker. You're gonna crack some teeth on it, so I'm like deterred from doing that. Now at the beach towns that you would vacation to, like the ones that I talked about, it's usually like fudge shops that do like taffy as well, and they do like fudge and taffy, and they have other candies, and they're overpriced, so you really don't buy it there. But what the day trip beach town I would go to, where we would just drive for the day. Brian Rosario sacked for a loss of 4 because he had a stroke. And it looks like Morris Romero is out. I missed that somehow. There wasn't like a full-on boardwalk, but there was a little like pavilion that had like a snack bar, so you can get your French fries and your burgers. Clay Newman in the end zone, touchdown. You need a clown. They are now up by 9, gonna be 10 if the extra point is good.
It's nothing more depressing than getting old and trying to remember what things were, and then finding out that they clearly no longer exist.
Oh yeah, I know. No, I know these don't. Yeah,
like,
I'm
looking at like, what was the name of this fucking place?
Right.
And I get on Google Maps because I know where it was, and I look at it, and it's clearly that it's been like at least 2.
So this is what was great as a kid. This is what was great as a kid. I'd go to like the beach for day trips, and there'd be the snack bar where you can get your French fries, your burgers, your whatever. You can get your ice cream bars, your frozen Snickers, frozen Milky Ways, your things like that. Crab Rangoon, things of that nature. No.
Fried taffy.
Yeah. And so next to it, they have now, football is loose. You need a clown, have it. That's their second turnover of the game. Moist Adventures are on their way to their first loss at this rate. They have turned the ball over twice now. And they have a 10-point lead and the football with 57 seconds left to go in the third. And so it'd be a
very moist boys. And they were drier boys. They wouldn't be fumbling the ball.
That's the problem. The boys are too moist. But there would be a straight up candy store like right next to the snack bar, and it was the ones where you can kind of get like the bags and you scoop it and pay by the quarter pound or whatever. And I'd get what they were called Red Hot Dollars, and they were just like a gummy candy. They were like a chewy candy, but they were just red like discs. They were like little red hockey pucks, and I don't know what they had. They were like cherry flavored again. Oh, sack and a turnover, and Moist Adventures have it again. Well, the Moist Boys have it again.
Well, you need a clown. They have the little like squirting flower lapel thing.
Yes, maybe they were a little too moist.
That made them moist. It's just been a moist game.
It really has been a moist game. A lot of dampness. They were cherry ones. I know that the reason they were called Red Hot Dollars is because they were cinnamon. They were always cherry when I had them, and I never had the cinnamon ones, but I always knew of them as cherry. I was always wondering why they were called Red Hot Dollars, but that was my go-to, and again, my mom was like, I can't have them. They'll pull out my teeth. Oh, they were so good. I want to know how I can still get them. The perspiration is strong in this game. A lot of moistness in this game. A lot of moisture.
You can get 4 pounds of cherry red dollars for $20.
That's $5 a pound. I don't know if I could use that, but I don't know that I couldn't.
You can. I'm gonna tell you right now, you can. I'd be stunned if you could.
I'll tell you right now. So I love those like the fruit.
It's unwrapped bulk candy.
It is. So it's gonna all stick together and get hard in a week.
From the jungles of Colombia.
The jungles of Colombia, the country, or South Carolina?
Both.
All right. Oh. And Ronaldo Clancy rushing that one for 12 yards. Wow, both quarterbacks are out for the teams. What has been happening in this game? I've missed something here.
I mean, I know it's funny to be like, just to have like candy show up at like not in packages, but like that was the best. That was the cream of the crop when it came to going to the store, was seeing like the big candy jar full of things.
The bulk candy, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But they are red raspberry. You're right.
This a little bit, but like if there was that's just like, that feels like retail to me, to have a 4-pound like bowl of candy.
Yeah.
Just absurd to have in a house.
I will tell you this. I love, and I know they tend to be hard to find, those Ronaldo Clancy, backup quarterback, going to rush it in, make it a 3-point game. Moist Adventures, touchdown Clancy.
I never saw that candy.
So I love the fruit flavored Tootsie Rolls.
Yes.
The Tootsie Roll fruit chews, I like them better than regular Tootsie Rolls. And I got a bag of like, I bought 2 2-pound bags after Halloween because I didn't know where you can find them as easily except Halloween time. I bought them last Halloween, not this past Halloween, but the one before, and I still have at least a full open bag of them. Unopened bag of them.
That's one of those takes that you would think in your head would be like a hot take that nobody else would share.
But then you realize everyone loves them.
And then you talk to people more and more, and you think about it more and more, and you realize that everybody has the same take.
They used to be called Fruities. You're right. Frooties, to be like, the Tootsie Roll kind of looking thing. Now they're just called Tootsie Roll Fruit Chews. I'm going to go get a bag, the bag I have open. I'm going to tell you, they have ones that have like 5 different flavors, and they have ones that have 8 different flavors. And I just held up 7 fingers, and I don't know why. Oh, almost picked off. Morris Romero going long. 2nd and 10. I'll be right back.
I mean, the main reason that like people like the Fruitsies a lot more than like the Tootsies, if you really think about it, is that Tootsie Rolls, there's a lot of basis of comparison for chocolatey chewy like snacks, just chocolate in general. And Tootsie Rolls are like the low end of the chocolate scale. Fruitsies don't have that level of competition. There are other fruit chews, of course, but fruit chews are an entire genre of chocolate. And Tootsie Rolls are like the cheap, low end, like if I had to pick between like 1,000 different chocolates, Tootsie Rolls would be in like the one percentile at the bottom. I am holding
a bag right now. Yep. I currently have a bag that is roughly, I'd say, 1/3 of the way full. It is a 3.77-pound bag. I have another one that I've yet to open in my closet. I bought these in 2016 Halloween. And it is the Fruit Chews Tootsie Roll, and it's the Mega Mix, so it has 8 different flavors. It is green apple, which is great, cherry, which is great, blue raspberry, okay, lemon is good, grape is okay, lime is good, orange is great, vanilla is okay. Vanilla's fine.
You know what I told this to Fisk because I had to tell somebody when I saw it.
Yes.
But for this year for Halloween, I was tasked with like kind of at the last minute to go get more Halloween candy.
Yeah.
There was an overflow, and I went to the local Walgreens, and I saw something that I've never seen before or since. Maltesers Fun Packs in like a big bag. And for those of you who do not know what Maltesers are, it's basically the better version of Whoppers that exist in like in like England and Europe.
Now you have the American-made ones because that's illegal to have them anymore at this point. Hershey's are stupid because fuck Hershey's.
they get imported into America. It's not very hard to find. Like I can go to my local Publix and get like the little individualized packs. But this was a big pack of like 30 to 40 like Maltesers, like fun size, like a fun size Butterfinger. I've never seen it before. I haven't seen it since. I went back to the Walgreens a couple days later to see if they still had any left.
Gone.
Because I was really only interested in getting just enough for Halloween. But I mean, Maltesers are delicious, but it was just so weird to see. Like it'd be like seeing what's a good example? Like if you somehow like happened upon like a like a Nando's fun pack.
A Nando's fun pack.
Filled with little you know,
little
pickles,
bites of chicken, individually wrapped bites of chicken.
And you get the little sauce packets on the side. Like this is a very British thing that really only gets imported in like.
So you know what that made me think of? Around Christmas time, they have a thing called Celebrations, which is basically just a giant tin of basically fun-sized candies, and it's the Mars brand, I think, does it. I forget what's in them. By the way, these fruit chews are rock hard, so I kind of got to let them like sit there and not chew them too hard.
I'm actually, to be fair though, whose game? I routinely see Tim Tams in my cookie aisle at my grocery store too.
Oh, okay.
Tim Tams, I actually got them because I was like, oh my gosh, Tim Tams, and I realized they had coconut in it, so I was just kind of like, I bailed.
I've been looking for Cheerwine around here.
Oh, you have. It's just in South Carolina. It's pretty much just every grocery store.
I know.
12
We're a little
packs.
too close north.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
So celebrations tend to have, under content, it says Maltesers, Teaser, Mars, Bounty, Snickers, Galaxy/Dove, Galaxy Caramel/Dove Caramel, Twix, and Milky Way. It's basically like a gift of like, either get a tin or a box or like a novelty champagne bottle of them. It's like a better gift than the multi-flavored popcorn tin, but the same kind of like thought put into it.
What? Wait, what are you talking about?
You know those like gift tins of popcorn that have like the butter, the
Oh yeah,
cheddar,
I know those. What was your analogy?
I like celebrations seem to be like a kind of gift that would be similar to like that.
What's celebrations again? It's a candy thing, isn't it?
Like I said, yeah, it's like a novelty container of like fun size candies.
I think that's a British thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just think about it for a second.
I just wrote off what they said, and the first one was the Maltesers teaser.
Okay, I have seen those before. I'm not gonna lie, I'd be pretty excited to get a Celebrations for the first time. It comes in a champagne bottle.
Not all of them, that's a special one, but yeah.
There are the tins, but if you give it to me in a champagne bottle, I don't care if it's less. I'd be excited. Like
I'm gonna go christen a ship with it.
Hmm?
I'm gonna go christen a ship with it.
Yeah.
Man, all these players get injured.
Waste valuable candy.
I'm sorry, I'm chewing through this grapefruit chew. I'm trying to do my best. Motion Adventures trying to score a touchdown. They got 75 seconds left to go. They're down 10. Holding tackled short of the goal line. First
They
and
do have
goal.
all their timeouts left.
They do. But they might have to go for the onside here.
I mean, they'll do it anyway because they're dumb kids.
Mm-hmm.
They just kick it deep and try to stop on defense, but they'll do an onside kick because they're dumb. This is going to get a little bit off topic from the candy thing, but definitely the greatest pastime of game shows is yelling at kids for being stupid.
Oh, absolutely. We haven't.
That's why you watch.
We might have to do that one time. Maybe I'll make that an IRM experience. We do it on like the Discord. We just set up a watch together, get on chat and that in one, and just watch kids being dumb at game shows.
Oh my gosh, it's the best.
Oh my god,
It makes you feel so much better about being a dumb adult because dumb kids are dumber than dumb adults.
So the Nova Pro Instagram just got a new follower, and it's an account that is called Mozzie Sticks, and it's nothing but pictures of mozzarella sticks.
Oh, that's hot.
I was told.
Literally, it's scalding. Oh my gosh, these dumb kids put in the end zone. God. Oh my gosh, these kids suck.
They do, and they didn't get it. It's a turnover. It looks like you need a clown. Are gonna get this win.
You need a clown who look like what the University of Maryland would look like in a non-licensed video game. And or the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors when they were in their really cool looking uniforms.
And that's going to be it. Oh my god, we need to do a watch of those You Think You Can Fight videos. Absolutely. Oh my god, I would do that in a heartbeat.
Gosh.
Oh, I forgot about those. I forgot about those. We need to have a discussion. But right now, we have seen the #1 team in South Tucson fall to the former champions. You Need a Clown, 24-14, the final score. Injuries abound in that one. But the #1 team in South Tucson has suffered their first loss. They dropped to 5-1. You Need a Clown even at 3-3, but 3-0 in conference play. That's huge for them. Thanks to Will. Thanks to all you for making this fun. Thanks everybody for chatting about what the hell ever we were talking about. So to the Discord we go. Until then, we'll do more Week 6 action at some point this week. Until then, so long, Arizona.